バレリー・アウトラムの記念ベンチ。ポワポワいないよ。ポワポワはないけれども、どこだ？茂み。えなんかいる。ウサギか、これ。一つ目ウサギ。二つ目ウサギもいる。漁師のブーツ。へえ。この辺怪しくない？関係ない。どれだ？これか。違うのか。これか。これっぽい。反対か。よし、グレンキン。すべて見つけました。で、あと、ポワポワは一人いるはずなんだけど。あれ、一周しちゃったよ。あれ、まさかグレンキンじゃなくてポワポワが見つからないとは思わなかったな。まあでも流れ的には、おきつね。お酒がここか。ポワポワしてる人がいないよ。あ、いたいた。あれあれ、この人忘れてた忘れてたな。あれ、ヘンリー・アウトラムだ。あれ、さっきいたっけ？まあいいや。
The famous sculptor Vernon Russet was working on a huge statement piece in my honor, a statue of a camel with my head. When I saw it, I felt quite uncomfortable, but I didn't want to upset him. Poor Vernon could be awfully temperamental, sinking into dark moods for days. The week before the public unveiling, Vernon had me visit the statue. He needed to make some final adjustments to the face. Valerie came along too. She looked like thunder. She hated that statue and wasn't afraid to show it. I couldn't help thinking how like her mother she was. When the statue was revealed, the nose was missing. Fortunately, we all managed to cover our surprise and act like nothing was wrong. So no one was any the wiser. Some fellow from the Times wrote a glowing review, so Vernon wasn't too glum about it. I'm pretty sure I know what happened to that nose.
なるほどね。
Ah, the old Outram spirit. Good for you, Valerie. Your mother would have been proud of you.
鼻がどっかにあるんだ。はあ。
Yeah, Val told me about this. She had a whole speech prepared in case they figured out it was her who cut that nose off. But she never even needed it.
へえ。鼻が確かにない。まあ、こん中じゃないだろうな。こんな中に入れられないでしょ。なんかこれ使ってこれ使って鼻取ったのかな。かといって茂みがあるわけでも、あるっちゃあるのか。ここ怪しいな。伸びすぎた茂みの中の、その茂みのさらに中のさらに中のさらに中のさらに、なんだこれ。でかっ。思ってたよりでかかった。重厚な彫刻刀で一気に切り落とされた石の花。
Oh, this thing looks heavy. I'm surprised Val was able to even lift it.
ね。こりゃでかい。持ち上げただけじゃなくて投げてたよ。終了。
Yes, I know what Val smells like now. Her signal is wafting through to me very clearly. Time to fly.
どこだ？またなんかふわふわ浮いているものが。あったあったあったあった。ここにいたね。ちょっと見えにくいな。あったあった。いた。これでオッケー。
Morris? Morris Lopton? Is that really you? And Sparky?
Val! Oh, it's so good to see you again.
You too. You're looking very,
Dead?
yeah. But quite good, considering.
Hello, Val.
And Sparky talks now. Death certainly has been strange. What brings you by?
Well, we're trying to find a replacement custodian. You've surely seen the volcano.
Oh, Yes. Poor Aggie. Must be very tired.
Aggie?
Aggie is the current custodian.
Oh, well, then, yes. We were hoping you might replace Aggie.
Oh, Morris. That's some ask.
Oh, you can do it, Val.
I'm flattered, but those are enormous shoes to fill. And I'm not like you, Morris. I don't love this town like you do. And, if I'm being honest, I can't abide all those arty types and mainlanders tromping around. I can't speak for them. This job isn't for me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Val. But, well, I understand.
Thank you. It's been so nice to see you again.
You too, Val. Sparky, I'd love to spend some more time chatting with Val.
Oh, I'm sorry, Morris. We really need to keep this search up. That volcano is looking dire.
Come back later, Morris. I'll be here.
Oh, well, all right, Val. I'll find you later.
Goodbye.
軽いな。でもピートみたいに西へ行くみたいな、そんな感じじゃないんだね。ここにいるんだ。で今のガーディアンの名前は
Slow down, Sparky.
ア
I
ギっ
need
て
to
言うんだ
get
ね。
some things straight.
No time, Morris. We need to find the next prospect.
Well, it's just that I don't quite understand what we're doing.
We're looking for the custodian.
Well, I get that bit, Sparky, but what does the custodian have to do exactly?
Oh, well, it's hard to explain with your human words, but, the custodian kind of mingles with the island, becomes a part of it.
A part of the rock, the volcano.
Yes, the rock, and the sea, and the animals, and plants. The custodian becomes a part of all of these things. It becomes part of the island spirit.
And you give up being a ghost.
Yeah, well, a walking around talking kind of ghost. Stop being someone who can go into the West. It's quite a sacrifice.
Oh, wow. Well, no wonder Val doesn't want to fill those shoes. Aggie must be a legend.
Oh, she really is.
I always thought there were those folks destined to be mayors and, I suppose, custodians. And then there are people like me and Val, destined for smaller lives.
What? Small? Morris, your heart is as big as the island. Everyone knows that.
I suppose I'm more like one of those island oddities in the museum.
Yeah, and they were always the visitors' favourites. Now, we need to move on. Next up is Ogden Beckett, in the Old Town.
Ogden it is. I'm right behind you, Sparky. So, Ogden next, eh? I'll be glad to see him again.
His music always hurt my ears, but he was good at chin scratchers. Oh, lovely guy. Oh, look, the ferry's coming in. There'll be loads of tourists all over this quayside soon.
Well, I suppose they won't get in our way much anymore, eh, girl?
オグデン・ベケット。才能豊かなマルチプレイヤー、シェルマーストンシルバーバンドのリーダー、そして熱心なクリケット選手でした。若い頃はニュージーランドに住んでいましたが、彼の子供の頃からの恋人であるサリー・メイプスと結婚するために戻ってきました。 いや、なんか賑やかな街じゃない。なんか物が溢れてるから探索は大変そうだね。どうしよっか。いや、広ぐるっと回れる感じ？あ、そんな感じじゃないね。じゃあ左から行きましょうか。港の防波堤。何もないな。何もないよ。バーノン・ラセットさん。あれだ、ラクダの石像を作った人だ。すごい顔だよね。帰るのかな、スーツケースがあるってことは。大したもん入ってないや。あれだな。そのグレンキンいるよね。いるね。反応がないな。ポワポワもないし。まずちょっとポワポワ探すじゃん。いた。サリー・メイクス、オグデン・ベケットの未亡人で元花屋。この人が奥さん。
We were 14 when we started going out. Me and my friend Cassia had started a beach clean at the weekend, and Ogden turned up with his mate Godfrey. I had no idea Ogden liked me. He was the tallest in our year, and we all fancied him. By the time we reached the little cove at the north end of the beach, he'd asked me to come to a concert he was playing in. I said yes. We'd been going out for a few years when I applied to Floristry College on the mainland. I didn't tell Ogden. I didn't believe I'd get in, and didn't want him to think I was trying to get away from him. Ogden might have looked mature and confident, but he was a gentle soul, not nearly as sure of himself as he looked. But I did get in, and he was gutted. I felt terrible. I didn't want to hurt Ogden. He said he didn't mind, but I could see he was covering. My last week on Shelmerston was really hard. Every time I saw him, it felt so strained, and I couldn't sleep. Finally, on my last night, I made a decision. I would take an apprenticeship at the garden centre on the island instead, so we could stay together. It felt like the right thing to do. I would tell Ogden in the morning. But when I opened the door the next day, I found Ogden's sousaphone left on the doorstep. I was terrified. What did it mean? What had he done? I ran down to his house, my heart in my mouth. His mum, she never did like me, was a little bit smug. She told me Ogden had sailed off to New Zealand. He was headed to Christchurch, she said, and didn't know when he was coming back. Then she shut the door. I was more than a bit tearful, but, you know, looking back, I think we both needed to have a bit of an adventure.
I spent a lot of time with Sally during this period. We used to meet up quite often when she returned from Floristry College and I was working at the museum. For a while I thought maybe we would get together. But she always seemed a bit out of reach. Sort of distracted. Well, it makes sense now.
そんな関係だったんだ。 で、ここにボトルシップがある。あ、ここ怪しくない？カニのスーザン。スーザン、食べられるよ、きっと。食べられちゃうよ、このままじゃ。あ、これじゃん。わかりやすく。ありました。オグデンがニュージーランドからシェルマーストンに戻ってくる際に作成した。
How did that get in there?
あれ、いなくなった？あ、ここにいんのかな？違うな。いなくなったね、奥さん。お？
Getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
了解。あれか。一回ポワポワをチェックしないとグレンキンは出てこないのか。あ、ここにいる。奥さん。まあ、一旦グレンキン。あ、いないの？ここいないの？ここいそうなのにな。ポワポワをチェックしたいんだけど。
I missed Ogden so much, and for the first month there was no letter at all. I took my place at college on the mainland without knowing how he was feeling. It was a shock how low it made me, even though I was working with flowers, my dream job. I threw myself into making friends and working as hard as I could. I wondered about him travelling the world, without me and without his sousaphone. What he was doing, how he was feeling.
このチャプターはオグデンとサリーの物語を追ってく感じなのかな？
Then the letters started arriving, and it was amazing. Each one came with a penny from a different country. One from Valparaiso, another from Dakar. I wrote back and told Ogden about my course, trips to Kew Gardens, which were amazing. And Ogden told me about his voyage, watching dolphins and flying fish, crossing the equator. Sometimes we were both lonely. We poured out our hearts to each other. In a funny way, I think the letters made us closer than ever.
文通でつながってたんだね。
In Christchurch,
離れていて
he sent
も。
me flowers pressed in his letters. I sent him a shell from home, and then he sent me a New Zealand halfpenny. It was my favourite. On one side was the head of a Maori tiki. Ogden told me it was lucky. I came back to the island, and when my father died, I opened up my own florist shop on the quay. I tucked the halfpenny under the front step for luck, polished up Ogden's sousaphone and put it in the window. They both brought me luck, and the shop flourished.
面白い使い方だね。この楽器を花瓶にするっていう。
One day, Ogden showed up at the shop, completely out of the blue. He told me there was nowhere like Shelmerston, and no one like me. I was so thrilled to see him, I asked him to marry me there and then. He said yes.
素敵。
The lure of Shelmerston. It always pulls people back when they try to move away. They were a lovely couple, Sally and Ogden.
探すべきものはニュージーランドのペニー硬貨。ティキが描かれている。ちっちゃいの探すなぁ。まあでも、こういうところにあるんじゃないのかい？なんか鳥がそういうの加えてどっかに。ないね。ないな。むずっ。そんなちっちゃいもの探すの私。何してんのそこ。そこ入れる場所なんだっけ？あ、 でもなんか、ああ、なるほどね。出入り口がないけど、窓みたいのはあるけど。ドナル・トンプソン。何してんだ、これ。この辺の、この辺で働いてる人なのかな。びっくりするな。飲料缶の上の兵隊。なんだこれ。新聞ですね。芸術王国。すごいな。ちゃんと新聞もこうやって読めるんだね。彫刻公園について書かれている。博物館についても書かれてますね。再び開館されるかもしれないらしい。きらびやかなショービジネスを引退して島に戻ってきたサーカスの伝説であるスタース・ジャクソンが新しいその博物館の所有者になってくれたと。よかったね。あれこれどこだこんなテトラポットだらけの場所は探せないぞ。解除された機雷。解除されてあるのであればバックアップ。コインがいっぱいある。しかしこれいずれも違う。違うのか。あれむずいね。これ刑務所なんだ。テトラポットじゃなくて。コンプターとはイギリスの保安官が債務者、被告教徒やその他のトラブルメーカーたちを入れておく小さな町の刑務所だ。そういうことなんだ。でもこれかわいそうじゃないちょっと小さすぎない？横になって寝ることもできないぞ。でもなんかトランシーバーみたいのつけてるよね。囚人じゃないのかな。いや、しかしコイン。わかった。ここじゃない？ここコイン入れるよね。望遠鏡。いた。これだ。ロックオン。
One good thing about being dead, I'll never have to deal with counting change again.